The Unconquered. How these nations defied colonization. How did a small kingdom nestled in the Himalayas fend off some of the most powerful empires the world has ever seen? The world was being carved up, but these nations stood tall. How did they remain free from colonization while others fell? From the highlands of Ethiopia to the islands of Tonga, meet the nations that defied the odds and remained unconquered. Before we dive deep into these fascinating stories, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications to uncover more hidden histories of resilience and survival. Share this video with someone who needs to hear about the power of resistance. 1. Ethiopia, the Lion of Africa. Our first story takes us to the highlands of East Africa. Ethiopia, a nation with a history as old as time itself, has a legacy of kings, warriors, and diplomats who fought with tenacity to keep their land free. The sun sets over the vast, rolling hills, casting a golden hue across the landscape. As the warm breeze rustles through the tall grasses, the spirit of ancient warriors seems to linger in the air, whispering tales of courage and resilience into the hearts of the people. Of Ethiopia's rich heritage. The echoes of their footsteps resonate through the valleys, reminding all who traverse this land that Ethiopia's strength lies in its unwavering spirit, a testament to the generations that fought to preserve the essence of their culture and identity. It was 1896, and the Italian army armed with modern rifles and cannons marched into Ethiopia. They believed this would be an easy conquest, but what they encountered was a force like no other. Emperor Menelik II, the ruler of Ethiopia, had united the country's diverse ethnic groups, armed his warriors with modern weapons, and, most importantly, inspired them to fight for their homeland at Adwa, in the mountains. Ethiopian forces crushed the Italians. The victory sent shockwaves across the world and made Ethiopia a beacon of resistance for African nations. 2. Japan, the samurai state. Japan, proud of its heritage, embarked on a remarkable journey of transformation. As samurai warriors exchanged their swords for rifles, farmers improved their techniques, and cities began to flourish with new infrastructure. With each stride forward, the nation ensured the preservation of its unique customs, blending modern advancements with the timeless essence of its culture. Embrace the Tale of Japan's Evolution became a powerful narrative of resilience and adaptation, illustrating how a nation could embrace modernity while honoring its roots. This duality not only shaped its identity but also inspired other nations to follow suit. Eager to share its story, Japan emerged as a beacon of harmonious progress. Japan, long isolated from the world, embraced change on its own terms. In the 19th century, as Western powers forced their way into Asia, Japan's response was swift. Instead of being dominated, they modernized, adopting Western technology but keeping their traditions intact. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 transformed Japan from a feudal society into a powerful empire. While others in Asia were being colonized, Japan's blend of traditional samurai values and modern warfare techniques made them a force to be reckoned with. By 1905, they were defeating major European powers, like Russia, in wars that shocked the world. 3. Nepal, the Kingdom of Warriors. The mountains of Nepal rise high above the Indian subcontinent, and its people, hardened by the rugged landscape, are known for their fierce spirit. When the British Empire attempted to invade Nepal in 1814, they quickly realized they had underestimated the small kingdom. As British troops advanced into the steep, unforgiving terrain, they found themselves facing resistance from the determined Nepali warriors. The soldiers, familiar with every crag and valley, utilized their knowledge of the land to launch unexpected attacks, leaving the invaders bewildered and unprepared. And soon, it became evident that their bravery would not be easily quelled. Despite the British Empire's numerical superiority, the spirit of the Nepali people shone through, showcasing their tenacity and unwavering resolve. The fight for independence transformed into a legendary saga, etched in the hearts of those who would never bow to foreign rule. The mountains echoed with their defiance, a symbol of enduring freedom. The British came with advanced weaponry, but the Gurkhas fought with a skill and determination that left even the world's greatest empires stunned. Their use of guerrilla warfare and intimate knowledge of the Himalayan terrain made them nearly impossible to defeat. In the end, Nepal never fell, maintaining its independence. 4. Bhutan, the land of the Thunder Dragon. In the serene valleys and majestic peaks, Bhutan's leaders convened in secret, discussing the impending threat. They knew the charm of their land could not easily be bent by foreign interests. A defense rooted in their age-old wisdom was essential to protect their way of life. As they strategized, a deep sense of duty filled the air, binding them together. United by their love for the land and its traditions, they resolved to safeguard their sovereignty, ensuring that Bhutan's spirit would endure, untouched by the tides of imperial ambition. But when the British Empire set its sights on this small kingdom, Bhutan had a plan. Bhutan's diplomatic policies were brilliant. They agreed to cede some territory to the British in exchange for peace, while their formidable mountain defenses and knowledge of the terrain kept the British from ever fully invading. The Bhutanese knew that their geography was their greatest ally, and they used it to their advantage. 5. Denmark. Viking resilience. Denmark, a Scandinavian nation with Viking roots, has a long history of defending its sovereignty. Though Denmark's territories extended far beyond the mainland, it was their diplomatic policies that preserved their independence. Denmark's strategic alliances and skilled negotiations shaped its identity, allowing it to remain a key player in European politics. These deliberate choices have defined how the nation interacted with its neighbors throughout the centuries. Denmark's legacy of diplomacy remains a guiding principle. In reflecting on Denmark's past, we see how its commitment to diplomacy not only safeguarded its independence but also influenced broader European relations, establishing a model of coexistence that resonates even today. This intricate dance of diplomacy continues to echo in its modern policies. The Danes were masters of diplomacy, often striking deals to avoid direct conflict. They managed to navigate the turbulent waters of European politics, maintaining their independence despite being surrounded by powerful empires. 6. Sweden. Neutrality as a shield. Sweden's embrace of neutrality allowed it to cultivate a robust economy and an impressive societal structure. By prioritizing internal growth over aggression, the nation successfully shielded itself from the chaotic rivalries that plagued its European counterparts. This wise determination established a legacy of resilience. Ultimately, Sweden's commitment to neutrality not only protected its sovereignty but also positioned it as a unique model of stability and peace in Europe, proving that strength can be found in restraint and cooperation rather than conflict and conquest. Sweden's strategy for avoiding colonization and invasion was rooted in their policy of neutrality. During the height of European colonization, Sweden focused on building a strong domestic infrastructure and stayed out of major conflicts. This policy allowed Sweden to remain relatively untouched during the wars that swept through Europe, ensuring their independence for centuries. 7. Norway. The mountain stronghold. Norway's mountainous terrain served as a natural fortress, making it difficult for invaders to penetrate. While Vikings from Norway once raided far and wide, when it came to defending their land, they were equally relentless. The Vikings took great pride in their fierce defense, using the towering peaks and deep valleys to their advantage. These natural barriers not only protected their settlements but also instilled a sense of unity and resilience among the people. They stood ready to fight for their homeland. In the face of any challenge, the Vikings united with a shared purpose, embodying the spirit of their ancestors. Their commitment to their land was unyielding, ensuring that the legacy of their bravery would echo through the ages. Norway's beauty and strength were forever intertwined with the valor of its defenders. Their isolation in harsh winters made them an unappealing target for colonizers, and their strong sense of unity and resilience helped them maintain independence. 8. Tonga. The unconquered Pacific Kingdom. In the vast Pacific Ocean lies the Kingdom of Tonga, the only Pacific nation to never be formally colonized. Tonga's warriors, diplomacy, and strong leadership made sure that the islands remained independent. The people take immense pride in their rich history, celebrating their heritage through traditional dances and songs. Elders often recount tales of bravery, reminding the younger generation of their resilient ancestors. Tonga's legacy of independence is a source of inspiration. As the sun sets over the turquoise waters, the islanders gather to honor their past and look toward the future, united in their unwavering commitment to preserving their unique identity. The spirit of Tonga will forever resonate across generations, echoing the strength and courage of those who came before. Through a series of treaties and strategic alliances, Tonga maintained control over its lands, ensuring that the Pacific remained their own. Tonga's wisdom in forging alliances not only safeguarded their territory but also fostered cooperation among the island nations, reinforcing a united front against external threats and challenges. As a result, Tonga emerged not just as a sovereign nation, but as a beacon of resilience and leadership in the Pacific, inspiring others to follow their path of maintaining autonomy and promoting regional unity. 9. Afghanistan, the graveyard of empires. Afghanistan is known as the graveyard of empires, and for good reason. From the British Empire to the Soviet Union, and even modern powers, Afghanistan has always fiercely resisted foreign occupation. In the 19th century, the British launched 3 separate invasions of Afghanistan, all of which ended in failure. Afghan fighters, skilled in guerrilla warfare and intimately familiar with the rugged landscape, fought relentlessly. Their tactics were brutal but effective, targeting supply lines and ambushing invaders in the narrow mountain passes. In 1842, after the First Anglo-Afghan War, a British army of 16,000 was wiped out as they tried to retreat from Kabul. Afghanistan's strength lay in its decentralized tribal system and mountainous geography, making it nearly impossible for any empire to fully control. Even today, Afghanistan remains a symbol of resistance against foreign domination. 10. Siam, Thailand, a diplomatic masterstroke. Siam, now known as Thailand, is the only Southeast Asian nation to have never been colonized, largely due to the brilliant diplomacy of its kings. Sandwiched between British-controlled Burma and French-controlled Indochina, Siam was in a precarious position. Siam's kings deftly navigated the treacherous waters of colonial expansion, forging strategic alliances and maintaining a careful balance of power. This unique finesse not only preserved the nation's sovereignty but also crafted a distinct cultural identity that thrived amidst the surrounding influences. As they skillfully promoted modernization without losing their heritage. Ultimately, Siam's legacy as a resilient nation showcases the power of diplomacy and cultural preservation, highlighting a remarkable journey that shaped its identity in the face of adversity and placed it firmly on the global stage. But under the leadership of King Rama IV and King Rama V, Siam negotiated treaties with both Britain and France, playing the two colonial powers against each other. The Siamese kings modernized their military, infrastructure, and educational systems, showing the European powers that Siam was not a backward nation to be conquered, but a modernizing kingdom. Lessons to learn. 1. Strategic diplomacy. Many of these nations used diplomacy to avoid colonization, understanding that deals and treaties were sometimes more effective than warfare. 2. Geography as defense. From the high mountains of Nepal to the fjords of Norway, geography played a key role in deterring invaders. 3. Cultural unity. These nations had strong internal unity and a deep respect for their cultural traditions, which strengthened their resistance. 4. Modernization on their own terms. Japan's example shows how adopting foreign technology while retaining cultural values can be a key strategy in maintaining sovereignty. Throughout history, resilient nations have stood their ground against formidable empires, showcasing the immense power of collective strength. These narratives not only highlight resistance but also emphasize the importance of learning from past struggles. As we delve into these stories, we discover enduring lessons that resonate even today. Even the most oppressive forces can falter. In every tale of resistance lies the unwavering spirit of those who fought for their sovereignty, reminding us that the human will is capable of overcoming great odds. The legacy of these unconquered nations inspires future generations to value freedom and unity. History teaches us that resilience prevails over tyranny.